other than Virat Kohli, who's played one franchise all those games, nobody has played more games for a single franchise than you have. It's almost like you look at the Premiership and there's some great relation, Thierry Henry and Arsenal. You can't think beyond that. It's a bit like that, Kieron Pollard and Mumbai Indians. What does that relationship mean to you?
It means a lot. It means the world. They have stood, by me in all times. Good times, bad times, whatever. They have stood by me, and I'm really, really, grateful, to the Ambani family, for giving me that opportunity and that platform, to perform, even when sometimes things are not going well, even when we're having our, sort of disputes, with our national boards and things like that. And I just continue to try to tune out the runs to them and win games and try to make us into, as I always said, one of the number one franchise, going around in the cricketing world. We continue to do that. There's a special place in my heart. My family, everyone is grateful, to them. But again, as I always say, we are grateful to the fact and to the point of that I still have to go and I still have to work and I still have to be that ultimate professional in order to stay there, for how much ever years, to go as well. And I'm sure they're happy to have me, as well.
I'm sure they are. I mean, there were a couple of wonderful innings in that 2010 IPL. And then that final, what happened in that final? Everyone is waiting for Kieron Pollard to come out to bat. And somebody, the other, keeps coming out who doesn't look like you. And then by the time you've come out, it's 50 odd in 3 overs. You get 22 of 1 over, but it's almost too late. What is happening there? I mean, you could have just pushed someone aside and said, I'm going.
See, if I had about 5 years experience in Mumbai, then I would have just run straight out. But I don't know. I wasn't sure what was the plan. At that point in time, I still have to have that conversation with the master, Mr. Tendulkar, and I think Robin was the head coach at that point in time. So we still have to have that conversation. But again, I think that was the start of good things for Mumbai Indians. That would have been the first year they've gotten to the finals or to the playoff stages. And I thought that was the foundation and the platform, and from there it was upwards and onwards. From there. So sometimes you have to start in small stages. Getting up the table, got to the final, and then sort of plan and let's accelerate. And I think that's what we have done over the last decade or so or more.
As you went along, and there were 2 overseas players who started to symbolize Mumbai Indians. One was you, and one was Lasith Malinga. It was the 2 of you. When you talk overseas players, it's Pollard, it's Malinga. It's Pollard, it's Malinga. And by 2013, we came to realize when the big occasion came, Pollard scored the runs. I mean, I'm just looking down those runs. 2013 final, 60 of 32 balls, starting at 52 for 4. 2015 final, 36 of 18. You had a decent season in 2017, maybe not in the final, but a decent season. 2019, 2020, of course, was you and Hardik did ridiculous things in the last few overs. Does the occasion turn you on a little bit?
Yeah, it does. It does. I can't hide from that fact. It has been like that, ever since I'm playing cricket. When you need someone to stand up, again, I, put my hand up because I look at it as I said, I enjoy myself. I enjoy what I do. And when the team is down and you're playing cricket or you're playing any sport, you could only be the hero at the end. You just think about nothing. You go through the process, what you have practiced, and it tends to just happen. But more often than not, it happens when the team is against the wall. And I enjoy it. I enjoy the pressure. I enjoy doing it. Sometimes walking out to bat if you scored 160 for 2, 3 overs to go. You want to enjoy that. You make a couple, you make a cameo. No one remembers that. But you remember the finals. You remember the time when the team is in trouble. And as an individual, that's what you want when you sit back and you're telling your kids or your grandkids. You want to be able to have sort of those stories, per se. But it hasn't, for me, it has been a tough journey. I had to prove myself along the way. And again, there's no better way to prove yourself in those tough situations.